Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. So first of all guys, I am filming this on my mobile phone because I am at work, and honestly it was difficult to make this video, but I wanted to get this news out there. So I've literally captured pictures or screenshots on my mobile phone, and I'm using like a make do mic that I carry around with me. So here we have it from Taki Udon has now shown off what the PlayStation FPGA console that uses the MiSTer FPGA core will look like. Not only will it have PlayStation, it will have additional cores. Well, it will have all the cores the MiSTer FPGA offers, but the theme of it will be the PlayStation. So let's go through some tweets here. So guys, if you do appreciate this kind of content, then a subscription and a like is always super duper appreciated. So I just want to point out again, if you think my production value is low, this one is a new all-time low. So Taki says, the world's first affordable FPGA gaming console inspired by the PS1, supports PS1 games, memory cards and controllers, analog digital output, NFC, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, MiSTer FPGA compatible, disk support not pictured. Okay, price starts at $149 for founders and friends. So founders are people that have bought a MiSTer Pi before. Friends are people that have bought anything from the Retro Remake website. Not limited to MiSTer related stuff. You could have bought like a screen mod for your Nintendo Switch. So let's go through, and that's what it looks like. Hello again. And guys, for the whole part, aesthetically that looks really nice. So if you're a big PlayStation fan and you don't have a MiSTer FPGA yet, this might be something that tickles your fancy. This might be your reason to jump into the MiSTer family. If you're not already on MiSTer, guys, it is awesome. At least if you're watching this video and you're not on MiSTer, you're definitely interested, right? But that looks nice, guys. So kind of to follow on, Taki Udon here says, base IO, the unit you see in the picture, 2 times PSX controller ports, so you can plug PlayStation controllers in there directly, as well as like other accessories. So 2 PSX memory card ports, so you can plug your memory cards in there. That sounds pretty awesome, right? So if you've got an old memory card kicking about with your saves, plug it in, bada bing, bada bo, you are playing it. 1YC for light gun, micro SD, which have your OS and your other cores, well, even your PlayStation core, I imagine. 3 USB Type A, 1 USB Type C for power, HDMI DIN 10 VGA, component composite Ethernet 3.5 analog audio, and Toslink digital audio. Expansion slot at the bottom. So there you go. If you want to expand the I/O or something, and someone here says, I'm gonna need one of these two, please. And that is actually a screen that went on top of the PS1 console. So like a portable PS1, you can take your PS1 out and you can take the screen out and play. But Taki Udon here says, I considered using our 7-inch OLED replacement for the Switch to make this add-on. So something considered. If there's enough interest, then if you're interested in this, then definitely hit Taki Udon up on Twitter and be like, yeah, we want this. And who knows, maybe you'll get a cool accessory for your PS1 MiSTer console that gives you that screen, really creating that aesthetic, especially if you had one of these back in the day. Next up, okay, this is funny because someone kind of talks about Saturn and someone asked Saturn games, and there we go. Can it play Dreamcast games? I just wanted to put this in there because there's been talk about FPGA or Dreamcast on FPGA, and Taki Udon replies to that, no, right? I'm pretty sure most of you guys knew that, but just wanted to let you guys know. Plus, it was funny. Here we go. Another question here from Phantom. Will light gun work on HDMI out? The reason that I've put this in there, this is interesting. The official light gun won't work with HDMI out, but a friend is working on a cheap replacement board that does. Okay, that's interesting. So a way to play the PlayStation 1 core, or maybe even other cores with a light gun via HDMI, and a friend of Taki's working on that. So I'm interested in that because, hey, I like light gun games, and I would like to play them on a HDMI screen if possible. Next up, what have we got here? Okay, so translation here. Next time I ask Saturn. So that's someone saying Saturn. And what's interesting is the reply here from Taki. Taki says, let me cook. If a Saturn comes out, I'll definitely buy it. The person replies. So let Taki cook. So after PlayStation, will you do like a Saturn themed one? Because we do have an excellent Saturn core. And if we have one looking like a Saturn, because Sega have said they're not interested in making a Sega Saturn Mini or a Dreamcast Mini, maybe Taki Udon can do that for himself. Okay, what do we have here? So Owen here says, are the PSX controllers connected via snack? And Taki Udon simply replies, yes. So awesome. You can, the best way you can have a controller on the MiSTer is via snack, and you can literally run a PlayStation, well, like a PlayStation. Taki here says, more PSX colors are possible it's just not a guarantee like white or black. But that's cool, right? A nice bunch of colors. Let's have a look at them now. I'm colorblind, but that looks grey to me. That looks white to me. And that looks, I don't know, either blue or purple. But hey, you're probably a better judge of the colors than I am. What we got over here. So Jake here says, can it play N64, Sega Saturn, etc. cores or just PS1? And just to kind of re-emphasize, this is a MiSTer. It has the PS1 aesthetic, but it can play any core that the MiSTer can. And Takyuda replies, yes, it can play any core the MiSTer supports. So if anyone's got that question in mind, that has been answered for you. Richard here says, well, my wife is going to be mad yet again. As a Pi owner, how do you get the friends list? So Taki replies, a special store link will whitelist previous customers. So if you've bought something, you should automatically get whitelisted and you should automatically get a discount and you get first dibs on that. So there you go. So a little bit there for your loyalty. DMC PCRT here says, looking forward to more info on this. Is it standalone then? Like we can just buy this and the disk IO to play specifically PS1 games, or do we need the MiSTer Pi 2? Thanks for all that you do. And Taki Uda replies, it's standalone. It doesn't use MiSTer Pi. So guys, even though this is a version of the DE10 Nano, it is not the MiSTer Pi. It is, I imagine it's custom made for this particular PlayStation 1 shell. So here says, does that include those of us who ordered the non-touch Switch OLED but haven't received it yet? Yes. Okay, so remember, if you've ordered anything from Retro Remake, then you get ahead of anyone that hasn't ordered anything of Retro Remake. Let me know what you think. Is that fair? Is it unfair? You know, do you like this kind of loyalty reward? I guess if you've bought it, then yes. If you haven't, then maybe no. What we got here? Okay, so Jay here says, what does the not pictured mean here? Do you remember at the beginning where it said like optical drive, not pictured, something like that? There's an add-on dock that adds more I/O. Okay, so there's an add-on dock that you can get for the PlayStation, but it hasn't been pictured yet. It'd be interesting to know whether it can play optical media. But that kind of brings us over to the end. Hello again, and that's like what it's going to look like. Oh, since I'm on mobile phone, I can probably zoom in the picture. Here you go. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Interesting doing a full-blown video on my mobile phone, right? Okay, and I've just kind of zoomed in there. It's called the SS1 by Retro Remake. Yeah, I don't know about the names, but you know what? If the product's really, really good, honestly, at some point, the name just kind of becomes irrelevant. And here we go. And a final thing here, and I think this is an earlier one. I kind of added this right at the very end. So FYI, the code name for this project is now an abbreviation of the console's name. It was known externally as Mainstream and internally as R21. The closer you get to a product launch, the more you have to say the code name. I'm officially sick of saying R21. Almost sounds like R2-D2's cousin for any Star Wars fans out there. But guys, that's kind of it. Hello again. This is really, really good. It looks really, really amazing. If you've got a MiSTer and you're going to pick one up, let me know. If you're thinking about coming over to the FPGA gaming, the MiSTer family, is this the biting point for you? Is this where you think, yes, I'm going to jump in? Or are you going to wait for like another console? Is it going to be a Saturn one, another cartridge-based one that Taki has announced? Are you going to wait for the portable one or the handheld one? Either way, guys, exciting news. Once again, sorry about like the production value on this. I know my production values aren't really high, but I wanted to get this out there and I've just kind of snuck off at work. I've been in meetings all day and I've kind of ducked out and yeah, here we go, guys. But anyway, be awesome to one another. If you're not subscribed, like all that good stuff. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.